Hey up everyone, Magpie Gaming here. I hope you're all doing well. So anyway, we'll start that again. So today's question in this video is Battlefield back? Well, the jury's out on that at the moment, but so far everything seems to be pointing in the direction that Battlefield is indeed back. Now, unless you've been living under a rock recently, you will no doubt know that Battlefield 6 is well on its way to release. It's going to be out, I think it's due the 10th of October. We've just had a closed weekend for those people that are part of the EA Labs testing and all of that stuff. We've got 2 open weekends coming up this coming weekend and the following weekend so that everybody can jump in and play the game, and it is looking really good at the moment. Now, I've watched some of Jack Fragg's gameplay. I will link his video down below so that you can go and check that out if you haven't seen any yet, but the game is looking really good, and so far EA seem to be getting everything right, which is really weird because usually they end up fucking something up, messing it up and absolutely trashing their own game, but so far they seem to be saying and doing all of the right things. So some of the good things about the game so far: system requirements aren't very heavy at all. For 1080p at 30 FPS you're going to need a 6 gig graphics card. I would assume that the vast majority of us are on an 8 gig plus graphics card, so that's not too bad. You are going to need 16 gigs of RAM. I think the vast majority of us have that and more. And obviously DirectX 12 and all that other stuff. One of the things that has been a little bit of a mute point with people is though that you are going to need your secure boot enabled. This is so that they can use kernel level anti-cheat, and I do know that some people don't like that, some people aren't against it, some people hate it. If you want to play the game, you're going to have to have it enabled. It's as simple as that. I didn't have mine enabled when I preloaded the game earlier, so I had to go into the BIOS and update it. There is an easy guide to follow though. I will link that in the description down below as well. It's very easy just to go into your BIOS and switch that on if it isn't currently on. After that, hard drive requirements are pretty mute as well. They're nothing like what you get with Call of Duty. So for the base game that includes the campaign and the core assets, it's around 55 gigabytes, and for the larger maps and the multiplayer version of the game, it's looking at around 80 gigabytes. Now, you can preload the game on your chosen system at the moment. You can get it on Steam, the Epic Store, you can preload on the PlayStation, on the Xbox, etc. I've preloaded on my PC on Steam, and it weighed in at just under 40 gig for the open weekend beta of the game, so not very big on hard drive space at all. EA have also said that there is no NDA on the following open 2 weekends. You can stream the game, you can record it, you can do your own videos. There are no issues with any footage being captured whatsoever, so that's another plus point as well. Sometimes you would have these open weekends, but they would say, right, we don't want people filming, etc, etc. That's gone by the by, and they're allowing us to do that as well. And they're giving us quite a lot of content in these open weekends as well. So for weekend 1, you're going to have 3 maps available. That's going to be Siege of Cairo, Liberation Peak, and the Iberian Offensive. And the modes for that are going to be Conquest, Closed Weapon Conquest, Breakthrough Domination, and King of the Hill. And then in the second weekend, you're going to have all of those maps and modes as well, with the addition of the Empire State map and the addition of the Rush, Squad Deathmatch, and Closed Weapons Conquest and Breakthrough modes as well. So like I say, so far EA seem to be getting everything right with this game, and it does look good. It really does look good. And like a lot of people, I've been wanting them to return Battlefield to where it used to be in the past, so the glory days of Battlefield 3 and Battlefield 4. And while some people might not agree with me, even Battlefield 1 was a good game. I really enjoyed Battlefield 1. It's just, it scratched an itch when they brought it out. We wanted to go back to the World War era, and they gave us that in abundance. It was a great game. It's 9 years old now, but the graphics still stand up and out. It still looks really good. Like I say, a lot of people won't agree with me on that point, but for me that was the last good Battlefield game. Battlefield 5 was more of the same from Battlefield 1 with a lot of changes into it. They brought out where you could build cover and things like that. The destruction didn't seem as good in that game, and I just didn't really enjoy it as much. I played quite a lot of it. I got a little bit out of it, but it wasn't Battlefield like we used to know. And then they brought out Battlefield 2042, and for those of you that have been following Battlefield, you remember at the time that EA released a statement saying that that Battlefield was a love letter to Battlefield fans everywhere, basically saying, we're taking it back to its roots, this is what you've been asking for, and it was literally nothing of what we'd been asking for. In its own right, as a standalone FPS, Battlefield 2042 was a good game. Graphics were good, maps were good, weapons were good, class systems not so good. But it was a good game in its own right. But for a game to have the Battlefield moniker on it, it didn't really work. It wasn't a Battlefield game that we know and love. As I say, I didn't mind it. I played it. I got quite a bit of enjoyment out of it. But again, it wasn't the Battlefield that I know and love. But this, what I'm seeing from this game up to now, is looking like it's going to be. So fingers crossed that it will be. I'm going to be playing it on both of the weekends. All being well, I'll get a fair few hours put in, maybe capture some footage. But like I say, is Battlefield back? Up to now, looks like it is. But the proof is in the pudding. As I say, EA have been good at doing and saying the right things in the past, and then completely monumentally fucking it up when the game comes out. But so far, so good. Let me know what you think about Battlefield 6 so far in the comments section down below. And as always, ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for watching and listening. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. I'll catch you in the next one. Take care.